Okay, so for 15.6, we have another set of forms that we want to talk about adding pronominal suffixes to. He gives us the word isha. What does that mean? It's woman, and it's got a commate ending. That is the feminine singular absolute. What will the construct form look like? It's going to be, and you learned this in chapter 12, it's Eshet. All right? So take a look at these two forms. Isha, woman, wife. Eshet, the woman of or the wife of someone. What's happened to form the construct? It has adopted a segolate pattern to form the construct feminine singular. And so when I add pronominal suffixes, what am I going to do? I'm not going to add pronominal suffixes to the absolute. I'm going to add pronominal suffixes to the construct form, because what I'm really saying is the wife of him, the wife of you, the wife of us. Well, that would sound kind of weird, but okay, so what's going to happen? Well, what's going to happen is what happened with the other segolate nouns that we learned. That is, I'm going to get roots 1 and 2 are going to form a closed syllable with a short vowel, and then the tav is going to then be what takes the pronominal suffix. So if I want to say his wife, it's going to become ish with a silent shava, to. Ish, to. So this is the wife of him, his wife. If I want to say your wife, it's ish, and then I add the cha ending with the vocal shava there. Ishtaha, your wife. That's a 2ms pronoun. This one's 3ms pronoun here. Okay? So that's what happens with a form like isha. Now what we want to do is contrast this with the plural form of isha, which is what? What's the absolute plural of isha? It's nashim. What gender does it look like? It looks masculine plural, right? But it is in fact still feminine plural, and that's wives. So if I want to say the wives of him or his wives, what am I going to use? Well, I can't use eshet. That's singular, right? I need to go to the plural form, and I need to create a form that I can add the pronominal suffixes to there. And so this is going to be na shav for his wives. Okay, so that's a 3ms pronoun. You see the yod here tells you that it's plural, right? It's a plural noun. And I'm using nashim. The accent is on the kametz under the sheen, and this is open and pre-tonic, and it has to be long because old preacher sermons are long. So we're going to have this form, nashav, nashav. So his wives. So let's compare this. Let's compare this. We want to look at this form right here and compare it with this form right here. How many wives does he have here? Ishto? It's one wife. How many wives does he have here? Nashav? Multiple wives. Okay, his wives. Ishto, his wife. Nashav, his wives. Okay? So, just be aware that when you're translating these, you want to be looking at that noun and determining, is that the singular or the plural form of wife? He gives us one more example, and that's with their wives. And look at what we have. It's ne, she, hem. And actually, it's going to be a seri here. Now, why do I have a vocal shava here and not the kametz that was there on the other forms? Nashim, nashav. Well, where's the stress going to be? It's on the end. So the stress is way over here. So that's tonic. She is pre-tonic. The na would have been open and proprotonic, and Hebrew will reduce that to what? To a vocal shava. Okay, so that's why we have nushehem. Nushehem. Can you still tell that this is nashim? If you know the word nashim, you should see that element here. Can you tell it's plural? Yep, you see the yod there before the pronoun. That's the 3M piece. So that's their wives. Okay, they have multiple wives. The next set of nouns that we have here has to do with daughterhood. Okay, so we learned bane earlier at the beginning of the chapter. The word for daughter is bat. You've heard of a bat mitzvah. It's the female version of a bar mitzvah. Okay, so bat is daughter. And what's the plural of daughter? It's ba note. Ba note. Okay. What would the construct forms be? So these are the absolute constructs. What would bat become, do you think? The daughter of Moses. It's bat. No change. Okay. It would become unaccented. It's still closed. Needs a short vowel. It's already got a short vowel. Okay. So the daughter of someone. Bat, whatever. So you've heard of Bathsheba? That's a construct chain. Bat-sheba, the daughter of Sheba. All right. What would happen in the construct plural for ba-noth? If I wanted to say the daughters of someone, do I change the ot ending in the construct? Nope. Ot stays the same. Eem becomes Canadian, becomes a, right? A becomes at for the feminine singular, but ot is the same. But would this reduce that kametz under the bet to say the daughters of someone? Where's the stress going to be if I have a construct form? It's going to be over in thing 2, right? So this would be open and proprotonic, wouldn't it? What would I have to reduce that to? Vocal shava. So this would become b note, okay? So sometimes the endings don't change, but the vowels do. You can tell it's construct. And then when we want to add pronominal suffixes, what we're going to do is add them to the construct form. And so how would we do that? To say something like his daughter, you would get a holem vav here. This is a monosyllabic word with a changeable vowel. What happens to monosyllabic words with a changeable vowel when I add an ending to them? You remember my little Hebrew helicopters dropping dagesh fortes where they don't belong? That's what happens. Monosyllabic word with a changeable vowel. What's a changeable vowel? One that is not historically long, and pathak is not. I'm going to get a dagesh forte here. Okay? So there's one other change that happens, and this is one that's not predictable. Bat will change its pathak to a kyric, and it becomes bit. So biti is his daughter. All right? Biti, not bati. His daughter made him batty. I'm just kidding. So biti, his daughter. So how would I say my daughter? Wouldn't be bat, but bit what? Biti. Good. So bito, his daughter. Biti, my daughter. Okay. Now on the plural side, if I wanted to say his daughters, it would be b note, and then what do I add? Kametz yod vav. The daughters of 3ms pronoun him. Okay? These are both 3ms pronouns. Have the yod telling me it's plural? I have the oats telling me it's plural. So he doesn't just have one daughter, he has many. All right? So b'notav. You see the difference between his daughter and his daughters. Bit o, b'not av. Remember that yod is silent. I don't know if that was mentioned earlier, but that yod in the 3ms pronoun, that yod is silent. So it's benotav, benotav. Okay, so how would I say my daughters? Benot what? Benotai. Remember how E is my one thing, I is my plural things, right? So benotai. Benotai. Okay, and again, on your quiz for this, I am going to give you some pairs of words, and you're going to have to be able to tell me, okay, is it my father or my father's? Is this your brother or your brother's? Okay, I'm going to give you the opportunity to distinguish between the plural and the singular forms of the nouns with their pronominal suffixes added. Alrighty, let's take a look here at 15.7 now. Okay, we're dealing here with the prepositions im and et. The good news is that these mean the same thing. The bad news is that these mean the same thing. Okay? All right. So they both mean with. Et could also be the direct object marker, right? You've learned the direct object marker et, and you've learned now et meaning with. And so you have to pay attention to the context here, and next chapter we'll see a little bit more about how to distinguish the two. Are these two prepositions monosyllabic? Yes. Are their vowels changeable? Yes. So what is going to drop into the mem of im and the tav of et when I add a pronominal suffix? Dagesh forte is going to drop in there, okay? So we'll just look at a couple of examples. If I want to say with him, my final mem can no longer be final since I'm adding a pronoun. And with these, I'm going to use the set one pronouns, or I also refer to those as the eHarmony pronouns, right? They're the ones that attach to singular nouns. So with him, mo, Dagesh forte drops into the mem. With her, Emma, Dagesh forte drops into the mem. Okay? So these are the same pronoun suffixes I used when I was adding them to the lamed preposition. Set one, we associate with the pronouns that you add to singular nouns. But remember, prepositions are not nouns, are they? Prepositions are prepositions. They're not nouns. There's nothing singular about a preposition. So just be careful with this. What we're seeing is that some prepositions take the set one pronouns, the ones that we associate with adding to singular nouns. When we get to 15.8, some prepositions we'll use the set two pronouns, the ones that we typically add to plural nouns. But again, it's a preposition. It's neither singular nor plural. Some prepositions take one set and some take the other. All right. So mo is with him, emma with her, and we could keep adding pronominal suffixes, but I won't do that. I won't bore you. Let's take the preposition eighth. Now, if I want to say with him, it would be eighth, put a doubling dot in the tav, and for him, I add the 3ms pronoun. Where's my accent going to be here on this noun or this prepositional phrase? Where do you normally stress the word? At the end, okay? And when I add pronominal suffixes, my stress just naturally wants to move to the end. So with this Dagesh forte that's newly dropped in, I have a closed syllable here, don't I? And it's no longer stressed because the accent's on the toe, not the eighth. So what's going to happen because of the cuss rule here? What's that Sarah going to have to do? Yeah, it's got to go short. Closed unaccented syllables require a short vowel. Since this part is tonic, right? This is pre-tonic. That means it's unaccented and it's closed. So, what will my sere want to become? That is an I-class vowel that's long. It needs to become a short I-class vowel. And what is the most common short I-class vowel? Keurig. Yep. So I get ito. Ito. Okay. So not ato, but ito. All right. Because of that closed syllable here. So how would I say with her? It would be it, doubling dot, and then the comma say with the mapik. Okay? Ita, with her. So I have two prepositions that mean with, and they both behave very similarly. Doubling dot in their final consonants, and then the set one pronouns. Just to go ahead and celebrate Christmas with you, let's figure out how to say with us. I get im, doubling dot in the meme, and the pronoun here is anu for us. Imanu with a dagesh forte. Imanu. The accent is going to be here, just like lamed took lanu for to us. Im becomes imanu with us. And then let's add al. And what do we have? Emmanuel. This is the expression that you learn from Isaiah. God with us. Okay? Emmanuel. So there. Merry Christmas. That is my gift to you. All right. Good. Let's go ahead and read the forms in 15:7. For im, everybody, repeat after me. Imo, with him. Imah, with her. Immacha, and immach, with you, male, female. Imi, with me. And then on the plural side, imam, iman. So with them, the mem is masculine and the noon is feminine. Immachem, immachen is with y'all, male, female, y'all. And then imanu, with us. And then with et, with him is ito, ita, with her, ittacha, and itach, with you, and iti, with me, itam, itan, with them, ittachem, and ittachen is with y'all, and itanu is with us. So every time I see ittachem, it makes me think of eat a ham. But we all know that in Israel, they weren't eating ham at Christmas, were they? But now they can, if they want to. They follow Jesus. Okay, 15.8. 15.8 is two other prepositions, and this is pronominal suffixes added to the prepositions L. What does L mean? El with a sere as a noun is God, but as a preposition, El means to or toward. All right? And then all is the other one, and that's on top of, or above. Okay? So those are some ways to translate that. Now, what's distinctive about these prepositions? These are going to use set number 2. That is, they're going to use what I have called the community pronouns. Okay? They're the pronouns that we typically associate with adding to plural nouns. But remember, the word to or toward has nothing to do with plurality, does it? And the word on or above has nothing to do with plurality. So just realize these prepositions take the set 2 pronouns. All right. So just a couple of representative examples here. If I want to then say to or toward him, it's a lav. Okay? So do you see the 3ms pronoun here, the vav? Do you see how there's a yod right before it? That is the set 2 3ms pronoun. So where's the stress? It's on the kametz, lav. Lav, that's the tonic syllable. The A is open and pretonic, and what does Hebrew do with open pretonic syllables? Old preacher sermons are long. It's going to be long. Do you see how this area is long here? Yeah. Okay. So that's good. So that's to him. What if I want to say to me? It's a lie. There, that yod is 1 CS. This is using the set to first common singular pronoun, which means there's going to be a pathak here, not a kirik. It's not a li, but a lie. To me. Okay. And then let's look at the third masculine plural pronoun. If I want to say to them, and make that masculine, it would be this. It should have been ale, lay, hem. Okay? There's the 3MP pronoun. Where's the accent? It's way over here. So the lay is open and pretonic. The A is open and propertonic. Can I keep that long vowel under the open propertonic syllable? Or what will Hebrew do with open propertonics? They reduce to a vocal shava. So let's put a vocal shava under this aleph. Is everybody okay with that? Is that kosher? No, because this is a guttural. What do I need instead of a vocal shava? I need a compound shava. So I'm going to get the compound shava that has the A-class element in it. All right. So let's flip that around. So alehem. Okay. So that's to them. All is going to do the same thing that we just saw here. So if I want to say above or on him, it becomes all of, 3MS pronoun. The accent is on the lav. This is open and pretonic. In Hebrew, we'll want a long vowel. So that pathak becomes a kametz here. So alav, on him. Alav. How would I say on me or above me? Alai. Alai. And then how would I say above them? It would be alehem. Alehem. Accent's way over here. This is open and pretonic. It's got to be long. It already is, and it's historically long anyway. This is open and propertonic. It will reduce to a vocal shava. Can I put a simple vocal shava under that ayin? Nope. So I'm going to put a compound shava there instead. And I like the A-class ones because that is what gutturals prefer. Okay? So alehem. Alehem. Above them. Okay. So those are your prepositions. So the big idea, some prepositions take the set 1 pronouns. We saw those in 15.7. Some take the set 2 pronouns. We see these in 15.8. When we go through your vocabulary list, there will be some more prepositions that are in there, and some of them will take one set, some will take the other. We'll point those out. Okay?